Hi cuties. I gotta get this rant off. Let's just be real, 2024 ain't looking so hot in the video games industry, okay? I just read some news that the Bungie CEO bought like $2 million worth of classic cars after firing about 200 of his employees, which in turn allegedly canceled Destiny 3. I don't know about that part, but it really just got me reminiscing on how mid this year has just been overall. Before I start complaining too hard though, let me just say, despite the fact that I think this year has been pretty bad, that doesn't mean it has to be bad for all of you as well. For example, I know a lot of people loved Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I haven't even played the first one, so it doesn't apply to me. I really just wanted to come on here and yap because I'm sad, alright? Let's just get started. I mean, we can just begin with all the disappointing AAA games this year, it feels like. I already made a video about Dragon's Dogma 2 and the problems in that video game, which I honestly didn't even finish because overall I was so disappointed. I expected a more polished, fun release from Capcom, but I was met with a pretty boring-ass experience, all things considered. The frames on console were really bad, the AI had a few new quirks, but besides that, it really just felt like the first game. And there was that scummy-ass shit that Capcom did with all those microtransactions, like, damn! Stellar Blade was another game where I was just so ecstatic to get it and play it, but I was so underwhelmed with the god-awful story, and typically that wouldn't really bother me in a hack and slash game, I'll be honest. Like, the Devil May Cry series has a pretty silly-ass story, but I love them to death. With Stellar Blade though, they presented it as this like Nier Automata competitor, and it was just not, no. I am aware it was really well loved by a lot of people, like, hey, look at big booby sword girl, I get it, but it genuinely did not impress me like in the slightest. This year, I would have to say the best AAA release has been the Shadow of the Erdtree Elden Ring DLC, but even then, that was literally just a DLC. Funny enough, that had its own controversy with the difficulty and performance issues, but that was just a small subset of people. I overall like the content, okay? I just really think that so far there hasn't been a huge AAA experience that everyone could get behind like Baldur's Gate did last year. A little unfair because that game is so damn transcendent, like it even turned me into a fan, but every release this year just has not been perfect besides maybe a handful. Granted, it's not over, and I'm absolutely shitting my britches waiting for that damn Astrobot game, but don't y'all just feel the same? If you were to ask me, hey, Mr. Ripper, what's your personal game of the year so far then? I would without a doubt have to say Crow Country, an indie Resident Evil style game that everyone should play right now and then go watch my review, bitch. But that just goes to show you, indies are carrying this year. I mean, we got that, Animal Well, Balatro, Conscript. I mean, indie games are so incredible always, and a great thing to fall back on when the major releases just aren't hitting like they're supposed to. I mean, when I talk to my friends and watch content creators, everybody seems to be in a little bit of a rut with these video games. So many people are working through their backlog. Me personally, I'm still going through the damn Yakuza series, but that has to be simply because nothing in 2024 has hit like that. Helldivers came and went. Hellblade 2 let me down like crazy. They raising Game Pass prices. They laying everybody off. Like, damn! Sorry, y'all. I feel like an old man waving his fist up at the air. But also, this ain't really a bad thing per se because it'll benefit those involved. But starting August 1st, I believe, there will be a strike from over 2,500 different performers, voice actors, etc. for protection against the use of AI. This is a good thing because the people involved should be able to work out a deal that can benefit them for the long haul, but selfishly, it'll affect those upcoming game releases, I'm sure. It just feels like anytime there's news in the gaming industry this year, it's mostly negative, or perhaps I'm just only seeing the negative stuff, I don't know. But I just hope and pray the latter half of this year can kind of pick up the slack because there are quite a few games that could sneak up and be fantastic, like Avowed, Indiana Jones, and of course, as I said earlier, Astrobot. Let me just say too that September and October are like the best phase of the year for me personally. We get an Epic Mickey remastered, hopefully Silent Hill 2 remake comes out and it's actually good, we got the Lollipop Chainsaw remake, and then we got the Life is Strange double exposure, bro. They are speaking to me those months. Everyone has different tastes and opinions, so like for some JRPG enthusiasts, I'm sure you might be loving this year so far. I'm honestly just trying to speak as broadly as possible for the entire year itself, and I just feel like it hasn't been good, I don't know. Speaking personally as Jack the Ripper himself, I want to be able to review more current games for y'all because that's what I love to do, but the amount of releases has not been coming through for me, so I feel the need to reach back into the older generations to get these vids just pumping for y'all. I want to ask you too, like, do y'all like my modern game reviews or perhaps just the retrospective ones? Like, let me know, please. 2024 overall just has not been very good. Even more layoffs than last year. Since the Xbox 360 online marketplace just shut down, now we're left with only the PS3 store from that generation, and the AAA games are really not that great, all things considered. There's a chance that these last 4 months could have a lot in store for us, maybe even a Nintendo Switch 2 announcement to spice things up, who knows? But so far, I would not recommend this year to any time travelers watching this video, okay? That's really about all I got for y'all though, I'm not gonna lie. I need to stop myself from yapping before I start getting too upset and coming off like a whiny ass baby, okay? But let's talk about it down below. Is this year delicious for y'all? If not, how are you coping? You know, y'all playing any indie games? Let's just discuss, my yummies. Drop an Astrobot on the like button, perhaps twerk on that subscribe, and I love you guys.